Good afternoon. I thought we had a good 2 days so far. I think it's been focused. The heavy lifting part of the week is over, and now it becomes a little bit more mental as we go through the rest of the week. Questions?
Your confidence level and good win handling, whatever you may give him offensively?
Very confident. Not sure quite yet he'll play, but he did look pretty good today, so I would say we're trending in that direction.
What do you see from their offensive line in terms of protecting Hackenberg against your defensive line and its deep rotation?
I think they're getting better. That group, they had some inexperience up front. In the first couple guys playing their first game, and I look at that group and I look from game 1 to game 2. I saw a lot of improvement. I think their offensive line has really made great progress. It's going to be a challenge for us. As I've said before, you want to be able to get there with 4. When you start bringing 5 and 6, you create some one-on-ones out there that a quarterback like Christian Hackenberg is looking for.
Kyle, you mentioned you expect to have Andre Boggs healthy for this week. How has he kind of progressed, during the week to get ready to play on Saturday?
Good. I would say the same thing about him I said about Justin. I think he's trending in the right way, in the right direction. I've been pleased with what I've seen out there so far.
How confident are you in defending the Wildcat?
Confident. Yeah, we have a package for it like we do anything else, and it's not unique or new anymore. So I think every defense around the country has a package. Now they've got some talented guys back there holding the football. That's the harder thing to defend necessarily than the Wildcat, but they do a good job with it. They keep their quarterback on the field when they do it, so you don't necessarily know they're gonna do it. And they put him out there as an eligible receiver, so he's a threat. So you got to cover him. But I'm confident that we'll have a good package for it.
What do you expect from your crowd, your game day atmosphere? It's obviously been sold out for a while, but I mean they play in front of 100,000 at home, and they're obviously used to other Big Ten road atmospheres. Do you expect it to have an impact?
I do. I expect it to be a challenge for every team that comes into High Point Solution Stadium, and this week will be no different. When it gets to the parts of the game like third down, when they're on third down on offense, it's different whether you've got 30,000, 50,000, 70,000, or 100,000 cheering for you is much different than when they're cheering against you. And I think we've got the opportunity to create a very hostile environment on Saturday night. And from my experience of being here over the years, I got a feeling it'll be pretty hostile.
Kyle, along those lines, typing in music, playing music up until the snap is imminent, is something that some schools have done, conferences have done. Has that been something that you've emphasized? Is that another home field advantage?
Nothing I've ever gotten involved in. I've never been a part of those decisions. I don't know that you. I wasn't aware of some of the things you're
Coach
saying.
Franklin talked about it yesterday.
Yeah.
Said that other schools have done it.
Yeah, doesn't sound very sportsmanlike. To me, just to be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know. I think our crowd will be plenty loud.
Kyle, one of the games within the games is the coaching ties, from previous working experience with each other. How much input does that give you on a game-to-game basis based on where coaches coached before and whom they coached with?
I think it's minimal. It's minimal. Once you have a couple games on film, you start to see the personality of the team, and every coach changes or morphs a little bit with the personnel that they have. So the most important thing is what you see on film. You're coaching against the coaches, but ultimately it's the players you got to stop in all 3 phases of the game.
In the first 2 games, did you hold stuff back, either formation-wise or some stuff?
No. I've never believed in that. You only get 12 guaranteed games a year, and we're going to do everything we can in every game to be 1-0. So we didn't hold anything back.
That said, how much more comfortably than Gary and the whole offense are now that you've had some time under Ralph and different games to look back on?
It's only natural that every week you get a little bit more comfortable. You're in different situations. We put them in different situations in practice. Then you get in different situations in the games. And you played part of the first game with a lead. Then we played part of the first game behind. You had to come from behind in the fourth quarter, so they get a feel for the play calling. And then in the second game, they scored the first touchdown, but then we scored 31 straight, before the half. So then you get a feel for how those plays are called. So every week becomes a learning experience, and the players learn a little bit more about the play callers, and I think the play callers learn a little bit more about the players.
You've had games started 10 Eastern, noon, and now 8 Eastern. Is there an adjustment impact, and is it because players are so adaptable? Or?
What we try to do is just have an itinerary for every one of those times. And we've got a 12 noon itinerary, we've got a 3:30 itinerary, and then we've got an evening itinerary, whether it's 7, 7:30, 8 o'clock. We just adjusted a little bit. What we've done the last 3 seasons is we do those in training camp. We do a 12 noon kickoff, and then we do a nighttime kickoff based on the first game. So this year I think it was 7 p.m. local time. So that's the time we use. This one will be 8, and then we got another one later on. I think the players get used to it. Like anything else, it's a routine. We put them in it in training camps so that the freshmen go through the routine of both. But once they've done it, I think they get in a pretty good routine of how to do it.
That's on 2 more.
Will you be able to, I don't know if enjoy is the right word, but see, the pregame stuff, whether it's the Big Ten Network being here early, will you get a chance to enjoy any of that?
I'll be on set. I'll be on set game day in the morning. I'm sure I'll enjoy it, to answer your question. But in terms of the pregame and other things like that, no. I enjoy the atmosphere of game day. I enjoy being out on the field. I enjoy the energy in the stadium. So I enjoy those things every week. But in terms of taking a look at it, trying to take it all in, there's not enough time for that. You take a quick glance, we come out the tunnel just to see everybody. But after that, we got to get focused on the game.
Did you leave the team out last week?
I did.
You didn't used to do that.
No, it was the first time I did it at home.
Any reason?
Curiosity. Curiosity. Now, I did tell Leonte, he was right behind me. I said, hey, move over here to the side. Because I think he's a little bit faster than me. I wanted to make sure he had an opportunity to get out there when he wanted to be.
Would you learn from your curiosity?
Can't see in the smoke. Just like we tell the players, you got to run through the smoke.
Thanks, Kyle.
Thank you.